Today I will be explaining how frogs breathe using two different methods, which are cutaneous respiration and pulmonary respiration. Frogs are amphibians, which means they live both in water and on land. Because of this, they have two different systems to help them survive in both environments. Let's look at the cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous respiration simply means breathing through the skin. A frog's skin is thin, moist, and has many blood vessels. This allows oxygen to diffuse directly into the blood and carbon dioxide to diffuse out. Frogs mostly use cutaneous respiration when they are underwater or when they are resting. Even if they are not using their lungs, the skin still allows continuous gas exchange. This is why frogs can stay underwater for a long time without coming up to breathe. It's pulmonary respiration. Pulmonary respiration means breathing through the lungs. Frogs have small and simple lungs and they use method called buccal pumping, which means they are using their mouth cavity to push air into the lungs. Frogs mainly use pulmonary respiration when they are on land or when they are active. They need more oxygen during movement, so the lungs help them take in larger amounts of air compared to skin. The frogs have both cutaneous respiration and pulmonary respiration is because they are adapted to live in two habitats. Underwater, their skin helps them breathe. On land, their lungs help them breathe. This dual system makes them very flexible and allows them to survive in two different environments.
Frog breathing method, through the skin can absorb oxygen directly through their skin, a process called cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous respiration is the process of gas exchange through the skin where oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is released by diffusion across a moist, permeable surface. Oxygen and carbon dioxide move across the skin by diffusion from an area of high concentration to a lower concentration. So, second method of frog breathing is through the lungs. So, that's we call pulmonary respiration. The frog lower the flow of its mouth and increase the volume of the buccal cavity and draw air through the nostrils. The nostrils are then closed. The flow of the mouth is raised, forcing the air through the open glottis into the lungs. Gas exchange inside the lungs. Oxygen diffuse from the alveoli into the blood capillaries, while carbon dioxide diffuse from the blood into the alveoli. The last one, expiration. Muscle contract to push air out of the lungs. The glottis close and the nostrils are open. The flow of the mouth is raised again to force the air out through the nostrils. So, frog breathing method.
Next, why frog breathe using both skin and lung? Frog breathe through the skin because their skin is thin and moist, so oxygen can pass through easily. It's worked very well when they are in underwater. They can even survive using only skin breathing when they are resting and hibernating. In summarize, skin breathing is the best when they are underwater and when they're not really active. Second, frog breathe using lung because when frogs are active on the land, they need more oxygen their skin can give. Their lung help them take in extra oxygen, just like human, but simply lung. Skin alone is not enough when frog move a lot at the land. So as summarize, lung breathing is the best on land and when they are more active in the land.
Discuss about the limitation of cutaneous respiration. Okay, frog can only use skin when it's always moisturizing, but when it dry, frog cannot use the skin to breathing because the exchange of gases is completely stopped, and continuous respiration is not effective in dry or hot environment. Damaged or polluted skin can reduce the oxygen diffusion, and if the skin cannot function, the frog may suffocate. Okay, now I'm going to talk about simple cooperation between continuous respiration which is skin, and pulmonary respiration, which is lung. Okay, for the continuous respiration, it occur through the skin, while the pulmonary respiration is occur in lung. Next, the most used in water or when the frog is resting is the continuous respiration, while mostly used on land or when the frog is active is the pulmonary respiration. For the cutaneous respiration, frog requires smooth or moist skin, while the frog using the pulmonary respiration, it does not require the skin. And lastly, the cutaneous respiration, oxygen source is in water, while the pulmonary respiration, oxygen source is in the air.
An animal that can breathe without opening its mouth and is switch to loud. This is not a science fiction, this is a frog. Frog can change their breathing method depending on where they are. And today, I will explain to you how environment affect this ability. Frogs are very sensitive to their environment because they breathe through their skin. Pollution can damage their skin and lower oxygen level in the water, making their breathing difficult. Habitat loss or dry condition can dry out their skin. Whether the skin is dry, cutaneous separation cannot happen. So, frogs are forced to rely more on their lung. Because of this, frogs are bioindicator. Their health tell us its environment is clean or polluted. In conclusion, frogs can breathe through both their skin and lung, but they need clean water and moist environment to survive. Pollution and habitat loss make it hard for them to breathe, which is why frogs are important indicator of environment health.